Class is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hi, Ron here at AbleSys. Welcome to the webinar. Pretty wild week, that's for sure. I mean, I've seen some statistics that were just unbelievable. The biggest drop in 1 week, and just some other crazy stuff. It's been a wild week, that's for sure. Just totally crazy. So hopefully things will settle down. That would be nice, especially people, being affected by the virus and all. That's not a fun thing. So we'll take a look at the charts, and it's obviously been pretty much one way on the way down. But intraday trading has been, beyond beyond fantastic this week. However, it's just been so hard to get into some of these trades because the market is moving so fast. It's scary. It's a scary market right now. So certainly understandable if somebody just took a pass this week. I mean, that's understandable, only because of there's going to be plenty of opportunities. There's literally thousands of great AbleTrend trades a year. So I could certainly understand if somebody just said, "Hey, this is just a little too volatile, a little too crazy." It's a wild scene, that's for sure. But anybody who is, those of you and most of you are hanging in there and trading, boy, there's some crazy opportunities there. And this is really when it counts as far as holding your emotions in check. This is tough. So that's well done for those of you who have been being disciplined and following the rules and stops, and because I've got some emails from some people that just really made some serious money this week. So everything, of course, is the same. I just wanted to jump on this as far as the rules. Just wanted to take a look at this chart here, S&P chart. Obviously we had the big uptrend for a few months here. No trade zone, because we never go short when there is support below. It is just a simple rule for every chart, every time frame. You never buy if there's a red X or a red dot or anything red above the price. You never go short if there's anything blue. And then now these only come in once a week. So you might say, oh, well, there's no blue underneath. Can I go short there? Well, no, they only come in once a week. And here it was, 4 days before. So if you've had, any blue below, any red, you don't go short. Any red above, you don't buy. I mean, that's like rule number one. Obvious sell signal came in here 4 days ago with the first big down day, and I mean the S&P is down 250 points since then, and that was after the initial 100 and something 20 or 30 point drop. So it's pretty scary. But and those disciplined enough to look at the charts and trade the charts, I mean, this is money that, this is something that comes about like once a decade, a move like this. So, I mean, there's some serious, incredible money to be made. Again, it's just not for everybody. Totally get that. On the 2-hour daily chart, more for a swing trade, again, just putting up the S&P here. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trading days ago. So that'd be a week ago today. Actually, it was actually last Thursday before the big move came. The day before, here was the day where you had that tremendous downtrend. The first day of the 1,000 point, Dow was down 1,000 points that one day. AbleTrend got us in the day before, so that was really cool. On the 2-hour, on the swing trading chart, really cool how it did that. I mean, can you imagine being short, having a put from here when AbleTrend had the triple confirmation short signal? Oh my God! I mean, that's just man. I mean, you're talking about some some crazy money for anybody who did. I mean, and at that time, nobody knew this would, nobody in the world knew that this move would be coming. There was no sign of it. Although the AbleTrend on the 2-hour chart gave us a sign that it was a downtrend, but nobody in the world, AbleTrend included, it was just not a person walking in the world who could have known that this kind of a move would be coming. It's just, again, something like this only happens about once a decade. It's really when it happened. Last time it was in the financial crisis in 2007. So the time before that was, the crash of, like, was it 99 or 2000, when everything crashed then. And then before that was 89. So yeah, right, about every 10 years, you get something of this magnitude. Pretty wild stuff, really. Okay, and then of course the intraday, going on the mini NASDAQ, which is certainly our favorite chart to intraday trade. I mean, just nuts. Yeah, Mike Z, VIX is at 39. Again, you'll see that, almost never. Oops, let me just do something here. How did that get in there? Hold on. Hold on. Okay, just had to make a little adjustment there. So on the mini Nasdaq chart, um, technically that would, here's the thing. It was hard to get in a lot of trades because we don't want to trade more than like about a 12-point bar. I mean, it's just too much risk. I mean, otherwise you get like $250 at risk. So, 87.10, that's a 30-point bar. So there's just an incredible amount of risk. So you go to the next, I'm talking about this blue bar right at the open here. 21.06, that's 15 points. I mean, that's just a lot of risk there. You might have to stretch it a little bit more to get into some of these trades, but as it turns out, it'd be a good thing if you didn't get in these, because the risk is insane right now. On some of these bars, and the higher the time frames, the bigger the bars. Like, I mean, you can look at the 3-minute chart here. I mean, you look at this trade right here, which went short the final 2 hours of trading. You may never see this in your lifetime, as big gain as this. I mean, this chart is just an absolutely perfect looking chart, whereby you're looking at, like 300 points. I mean, times $20 a point, it's a $6,000 trade in the last 2 hours day, just trading one contract. But it's just hard to get in these trades. You got to pick out these shorter bars. This is just something that's just hardly ever going to happen. But if you do get in, like here, that would have been valid, and we'd have been stopped out, because your stop has to go 1 point below the bottom of the blue bar when we get in, and 1 point above the top of the red bar when we're getting into these trades. It's just too much risk. Otherwise, you can't put it at the at the dots. That one worked out nice. We got to see here. This was 15 and 94. That's 21 points. It's just it was difficult to get into a lot of these trades today. However, this one worked out good. That was a winner. And then this is, even the dead zone is live because the VIX is so high. So there's no lunch hour dead zone. I mean, these days it's just, game on the whole day. Just look for those shorter bars to get in, and you'll keep your risk down that way. Like, for example, the first bar here with the obvious triple confirmation, which is right there. We're at 38 for the high. Yeah, it's a 23-point bar. So you'd have $280 at risk. I mean, if your risk tolerance is high, I mean, you got a chance to hit a mega home run here, but just tough to get into those trades. Just really, really tough. Best trade of the day, 2 best trades. Here is an absolutely perfect one because there's a nice short bar. Triple confirmation, obvious no trade zone. This one looks like we could have got in. Yes, this one we're in, and we're going to get stopped out because a couple bars later, again, with our stop 1 point above the top of the red bar, we would be stopped out on that trade. Then we got a trade right here, and this is a nice short red bar, so we can certainly get into that one. That one worked out well. And what looks like, that's only just a small gain, right? No, believe it or not, it was 25 points. 20 points, that's $400 being, with the two green bar stop right here. Stop goes 1 point above the higher of the two green bars. So, that one worked out well. That was 20 points. And then, of course, the mega trade that came at about the last 35 minutes of the trading day, right there. Just unbelievable. Yeah, Frank says the risk reward was worth it. He said, why can't every day be like today and this week? Because Frank's done extremely well. Well done, Frank. He's just trading the charts. There's no emotion, and that's the way to do it. So short trade would be here. I mean, and that's just a perfect, perfect trade there. Short bar. It was about a 12, 13 point bar. Obviously, we're going to take that. Triple confirmation. There's your two greens. One. Well, you weren't even, were you 10 points in profit? Yeah, no, we're only 2 points in profit. So, we're going to still use the previous higher red dots. Again, right there is your previous higher red dot. Hits support of resistance here 4 times, bounces off of it, and then just, took off into the close. Here would be the 4 o'clock New York close right here. The price is at 84.21. Never had two green. I mean, just when you have nothing but red bars going down, don't even think about getting out. It's going lower. So we went short right here. The indicator gets you short at 81, and the 4 o'clock New York close is at 84.22. Oh my, that's 140 points. And AbleTrend kept us in the trade the entire way. That's a $2,800 winner in 30 minutes per one contract that AbleTrend gave everyone. Really cool stuff. Amazing. Again, that'll happen, once every few years. You're just not going to see volatility like this. But anybody's got the patience and the discipline to do it, boy, you got a chance to make some incredible amounts of money. And just stick with the lowest risk trades. If you want about a 12-point bar because your stop goes 1 point above, so it'll be like a 13 points at risk. More than that, I know I'm not, and we don't. We suggest just not taking it only because of the extreme risk. Because of course there's going to be some losing trades. That's for sure. But taking the reward is incredible compared to the risk. It's just you may never see anything like this again. So pretty cool stuff. Of course, if you get stopped out, good question, Ed. If you get stopped out, same rules as always for for years that I go by all the webinars, is we look for the sweet spot. And this right here is what you call a classic textbook sweet spot. If by any chance you got stopped out here or before, which you don't, but let's just say you did, that's what we call a sweet spot. A sweet spot is a pullback where the prices go back up to, for a short trade, it goes back up to the red dots 4 times in a row. It hits the red dot, stops. Like, how did AbleTrend know that? That's just an incredible information to have, because the red dot is an invisible resistance point above the price that our software is able to see for us. That's why we have this big advantage. So if it hits the red dot, bounces off of it, here's the key, the color change, it goes from green back to red again. When it goes back to red, as long as the 200, 500 tick chart agrees, it's a short. You can certainly go right back in again. But we need that tick agreement, because that filters out the false sweet spots. And that would be right 46. Right there is your triple confirmation. Let's just do it this way. Try that again. Okay, so let me just do it this way. Why does that keep happening? I want to answer Ed's question here, so just have patience. 49, and your tick chart, I believe, was 51. 1451, 1551 Eastern. 1550. Okay, so 49, 50 right there. So we would be short there that if you, for any reason, got stopped out. It's really not a good example because we didn't get stopped out, but let's just, assume we did. Let's just make believe we did. There's where you'd go short because the tick chart agrees at 1550. There's 1550. And it drops like 100 points after that. It was just an insane move the last half an hour. I don't know if I've ever seen one like this. You know, like I say, about once a decade, you'll see something like this. Well, that's a sweet spot. A sweet spot is a pullback back up to the red dots. Bars stop at the red dot, bounce off of it, and the color change, you go from green back to red. When it goes back to red, the algorithm is saying, get back in again, we're safe. You got a red bar, a red dot, a red X, you've got triple confirmation on the 1 minute, the 2 minute, the 3 minute, it all says to go red. The 2 minute, 200 tick says red. The 500 tick says red. The 3 minute and 9 minute charts say red. You just can't get any lower risk trade than that. The risk and reward ratio there is just absolutely fantastic in our favor. AbleTrend is just screaming at us to go short. So that's what we do. If we get stopped out, we look for sweet spots only. There's no other way to get back in but a sweet spot. And of course, on a buy signal, it's just the complete opposite. On the way up, let's say we got stopped out, it pulls back. Now, this is not the perfect example because it doesn't actually go back to the blue dot. We want it to come back, within a point or two is fine. Back to the blue dot, and then the bar goes from green, bounces off of it, and goes back to blue again. There's your sweet spot on the long side. All right, so I hope that helps. Frank says, why can't it be like this forever? Today was great. Yes, sir. Leslie says, today was great. Yes. The rules are there to protect. Good point, Roger. The rules are there to protect you from yourself. That's exactly right. Because, there's all kinds of, emotions, especially emotions, never been higher than they are right now. So just, have patience, stick with it, be disciplined. The rules work in every condition, any market, all the time. The G1 tool in the toolbar was what I was trying to get working there. And I guess I messed up. Let me try it again. Is when you click on, I don't know why that's not working. I'm doing something wrong. If you can tell, I never use it. The G1 is when you click on there we go. When, let's say you say, okay, I got a sell signal right here on the tick. What did the other charts look like? Well, this is the exact time. You don't have to play around with scrolling back to get to that exact time of the day. So like if you go right here, let's say, I got a perfect sell signal here on the 1 minute, the 2 minute, and the 3 minute. What did the other charts say? Well, the tick chart said go short. The 3 minute chart here said go short. So everything was red at that time. So that's the quick way when you're looking at multiple charts to see where the exact bar was on the exact time on all the charts at the same time. That's pretty cool. All right, thanks for being here, everyone. I hope I was helpful. Have a good night, and we'll see everybody back here same time next Tuesday.